Hey, what's going on guys, Sebastian here, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about getting your 2Checkout account approved. So, huge topic. I've seen so many comments on my YouTube channel, on Facebook, people that are outside the US and that can't use Stripe or Shopify payments. How can they get their 2Checkout account approved, right? Because for many people and myself, 2Checkout is the only option you can use to process payments on your online store apart from PayPal. Some people don't even have PayPal. But for 2Checkout, how do you get it approved? So everyone's like, okay, I know I have to use 2Checkout because I can't use the other ones, but when I submit my application and they manually review my site, they ask for all of this information that I don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they just can't get my account approved. So pretty much the process is, you want to get started with 2Checkout. You create a Shopify store, you go to settings, payments, you add 2Checkout as a payment method, but then it's not like you just add it and you can receive payments. Now 2Checkout is going to manually review your store to make sure that it's compliant with your policies. Okay, before you actually submit the application to 2Checkout, you gotta make sure that your online store is accessible. So meaning that your storefront is enabled. You know, many people submit their application to 2Checkout, but they still haven't paid for the Shopify plan. So when 2Checkout goes to the URL of the store and tries to see the store, they see like store coming soon, please upgrade your plan or something like that. You gotta make sure that you pay your Shopify plan and you remove the storefront password so that 2Checkout can actually see the content of your store and they can review it. That's step number one. Okay, after you remove the storefront password, you gotta go to 2checkout.com, you gotta click on sign up, and then you're just gonna pretty much submit an application. This application is very simple, but many people struggle with the information that they should actually give to 2Checkout. They're gonna ask you your name. You should put your real name, right? They're gonna ask you for your home address. You should put your real home address. They're gonna ask you for your number, real number. For your ID, make sure you put your real ID as well. They're also gonna ask you for your refund policy. For the link to the refund policy on your store, just paste the link. They're gonna ask you for your privacy policy. Take the link of the privacy policy and paste it in the application. And also, I think it was the terms of use. You take that link and paste it right there. Okay. Now, what else? One thing is that 2Checkout doesn't really like drop shipping, but that doesn't mean that you can't drop ship. Okay. So one of the biggest problems is that people submit the application. You submit the application, you know, the ID, all of this crazy information, your address, your name, your phone number, everything seems to be good. But then 2Checkout sends you an email with an update saying like, hey, we would like to get pretty much invoices from your past orders that you have bought, you know. Okay, so what if you're just starting out and you don't have an invoice? Okay, what we do many times is we actually tell 2Checkout, hey, we're just starting out with our business. We are a serious company. We have the resources, we have the infrastructure to handle this business. We haven't started processing orders because we actually need the application approved. But what we can do is send you all the links to the vendors we will be working with. These are the exact vendors we will be buying products with. And you can pretty much know who are these people, okay? So you send them the links to the vendors. That's really important because that gives them confidence of who you will be working with, okay? Another thing that we do, and this is kind of like a tricky way out, is that we actually take an invoice from someone else and we edit the information. So yeah, this is kind of sneaky, I know, but it actually works and gets your application approved. You get an invoice and you pretty much change the name or the product that you are sending and submit the invoice. You just go to AliExpress, to the order, you screenshot the whole thing that shows the product that you bought with the price, with the address of the person, and what else, the date. Of course, you don't want to send an invoice that is like from 2001. You want to send an invoice that's actually on the date, and that's pretty much it. Like, you just gotta screenshot the AliExpress order invoice or the order where all the information is. You send a screenshot to 2Checkout. So even though you don't have orders, you haven't placed orders, you can ask a friend to actually, you know, tell them like, hey, I need an invoice to get my application approved. Could you screenshot one of your orders on AliExpress and just send it to me? And that's really gonna help you out because it's gonna give 2Checkout the confidence to submit and to approve your account. Okay, so that's like the sneaky way. Then I already told you the other way, which is sending the link to the AliExpress vendors. those links that you grab, you gotta go to AliExpress, you gotta go to the store of the vendor, and you gotta take that link and you gotta paste it in the email, and you gotta sound really professional. Another way to get your account approved is by sounding professional. You don't want to have typos in your email. You don't really want to sound like bad English. You gotta actually sound like a serious company that's doing business. If you can't do that, they won't have the confidence to accept your application, because they're gonna think like, man, this guy is such a newbie, he cannot even like write a correct email to us. What a lack of professionalism. So you gotta sound really professional, like sincerely, Sebastian, blah blah. Please let us know if you need any additional information. We will make sure to give it to you so that you can be confident about the application. We're serious. We want to do long-term business with you. We're a serious company, and all that stuff. So another thing, guys, and this is really a big one. When you create your store, 2Checkout has, they get hundreds of applications per day. They know which stores are doing dropshipping from AliExpress. They know which stores have their own branded products. They know which stores do print on demand. They know everything, right? So if you create in the beginning a store with just a little cat necklaces and the little cat earrings and the jewelry, the cheap jewelry from AliExpress, and a really bad logo, things like that, with the same layout that everyone uses, they're gonna be like, man, this is definitely doing dropshipping from AliExpress. Even though they didn't read it anywhere, they can know that they are doing dropshipping from AliExpress. They're even gonna ask you like dropshipping invoices, dropshipping agreements, all that stuff, and you didn't even tell them that you are doing dropshipping, so they know. So one thing I do is I add really high ticket items to my store when starting out, so I don't add the cheap stuff. I actually put on my store premium expensive products that don't look like they were bought from AliExpress, and whatever they are. I have even added like bed mattresses, I've added hoodies, I've added just strange stuff, maybe a camping house, or these camping things that you go, right? So really expensive stuff, really unique stuff that doesn't look like you are actually drop shipping from AliExpress. That's really important. Really kind of expensive stuff, and that way 2Checkout will see like, man, this guy looks like he has his own branded products, he's selling more expensive stuff, doesn't look like drop shipping. So that way you will have less chance of actually being asked for complicated stuff like drop shipping agreements, invoices, and more information about the suppliers and all that stuff. Don't make a cheap store if you want to get your account approved fast. You gotta have a premium store. You gotta be very, very professional. Okay, I'm not saying you should spend months of your store, but don't just like send a store that looks really, really bad, and they won't bother you. Okay, another thing, you cannot have free items on your store. No way, no free items. Meaning that products that have a price of 0, they are gonna bother you. You're gonna tell you, hey, you gotta remove that price of 0 because we know you're gonna do free plus shipping. They don't allow free plus shipping. And also, if they know that you are doing free plus shipping, they know you're gonna be drop shipping from AliExpress, because that's the only way you will be profitable with free plus shipping. So they know. One thing leads to the other. You don't wanna give them any hints. Don't have products with a price of 0. Don't have cheap products, that looks like they come from AliExpress, the typical products that all the marketers are showing to 2Checkout in their store. What else? Just throwing in some ideas. 2Checkout is also gonna look that you have a refund policy, a privacy policy, terms of use, all of this important stuff on your store. They wanna make sure that they're working with serious individuals and with people that won't be having customers that make refunds. What they are afraid of, guys, is that your customers generate chargebacks within their platform. They don't want to work with people or businesses that have a lot of refunds, because it affects their reputation. So everything, all the application, all the process that you go through is to ensure that 2Checkout believes in your business and understands how effective it is, so that you don't get refunds and chargebacks. Okay. Another thing I want to tell you is that you cannot have like trademark products that are from Disney, Superman, Batman, Star Wars, none of that stuff. They don't allow that. You cannot have weapons, you cannot have like adult products, you cannot have like gambling stuff, you cannot have strange softwares or those things. You got to actually go to 2Checkout and read their terms of use and policies before you actually submit the application. That way the less they bother you for small details, the less they will focus on your application. Okay, pretty much that's that. Another thing you can do is, if they're asking for a drop shipping agreement, go to Google and type Chinese drop shipping agreement. And then what I did is pretty much, you're gonna find a template. It's a very, very good template. You just gotta edit the template, send it to a supplier in AliExpress and tell them, hey, can we get this signed so that I can approve my application and my payment processor, and we can start doing a ton of business together. I got my suppliers signed the document, I sent it over, and it was totally fine. Especially because I already know my vendor, we talk a lot every single day, so there's no problem with that, and they didn't have a problem signing it. So that's one thing. You just gotta, really the key to getting your account approved, guys, is just doing and getting to check out what the hell they want. Okay, so if they want dropshipping agreement, you send them a dropshipping agreement. If they want invoices, you send them invoices. If they want the links to the vendor, you send them links to the vendor. Okay, but if you don't have any of that, let's say you don't have the dropshipping agreement, you can tell them, hey, we don't have this at the moment because we're just starting out, but what we can do is send you the links to our vendors to make sure that you understand who we are working with. We've been talking with these vendors for a long time, being ready to ship our products, and everything is looking good. We're gonna ship with USPS, we're giving tracking numbers to everyone, it's gonna be fine. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's no secret to getting an account approved. It's just being a credible business owner, and that gives 2CHECKOUT what they are asking you. Okay, make sure you sound professional, make sure you have what I told you, and I hope that you get your 2CHECKOUT account application. I've been using it for over a year, or more than a year now. It's been working just fine, and that's pretty much what I got, guys. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like always. Really appreciate it. Just hit that thumbs up if it helped you, if it's gonna help you get your account approved, and of course throw in your comments below just to make sure that you got value out of it. So guys, see you.